Hello everyone, I am Sanjay Gupta. I welcome you on Sanjay Gupta Tech School. Today we have one more session on Salesforce OmniStudio, and this session will be based on DataRaptor scenarios. So last week we did one session which was also based on DataRaptor scenarios, and for this one also we will be doing the same topic but totally focusing on the scenario implementation, right? And for explaining all the concepts, all the scenarios with you, I have Abhishek with me. So, welcome Abhishek on the channel. So, as you all know, like last year, Abhishek explained all the concepts along with few scenarios. But then we decided like this year, let's do uh, all the sessions together where we will be just focusing on the scenario implementation, right? So that's why it is season two. And if you follow all these sessions, so you will get to know like how different scenarios you can implement with the help of DataRaptor IP, OmniScript, and FlexCard, right? So with this, like I pass it on to Abhishek so that he can let you know about himself, and then we'll start the session. Over to you, Abhishek.
Yeah, thank you, Sanjay. So, hi everyone. Myself, Abhishek, and I'm working as a Salesforce Velocity developer in this community since 5 plus years. And I have done some certifications around Velocity or OmniStudio, which is first of all OmniStudio developer. Then I have some industry specific certifications as well, like one is industry CPQ and other is health coding developer, which is from Velocity. And I have done some few certification on Salesforce core as well. So that's about me.
Okay, so that is impressive profile, and like I can see couple of updates from last year, and I hope this year also you will do a few more certifications.
Yeah,
Okay, and if you want to become part of a community where Salesforce freshers and experienced professionals are connected, so you can scan this QR code. It is a QR code for Telegram group which you can join, and if you want to provide some feedback or any reviews about the bootcamp, so you can share your thoughts in the comment section of the video. So with this, like let's jump onto the scenarios now. So we have three scenarios, one by one. Like Abhishek will be implementing them so that you can understand how these can be done with the help of DataRaptor.
yeah, sure, Sanjay. So today again we're gonna implement some scenarios from DataRaptor extract only. So first scenario that we have into our picture today is where we will be fetching again account records, but we will be doing some sort of ascending, descending, and the limit as well. I mean, like the exact number, how many records we want to fetch, and then we will fetch the records from DataRaptor extract, which are related to each other in various ways. So we will be playing around account and contact object, which is related to each other. But we will be playing some. We will be having some. I will like. I will implement this scenario in various ways, so that we will be able to identify how to work with related records, and from different requirement how to implement those requirements. So let me jump onto the org. This is the org. And
So I think for these scenarios, you will be creating new data raptors,
yeah,
right?
yes, sir. So our first scenario is fetch ID, account name, and annual revenue, right?
Yeah.
Account name, annual revenue of 5 account records and sort it into the ascending order. So we'll go to the data raptors. We're gonna create a fresh data raptor for DataRaptor extract. I'll name it as, let's say, accounts.
So I think we can add sort word so that it will become
Yeah.
unique.
So simply we want to add the extracts tab, and which will be account. Here we're gonna say accounts to the result output JSON path, and here we're gonna use our where clause. So we don't have any where clause. So what we're gonna do here, I will say where name is not equals to null. Okay, and now we were saying we want to fetch 5 records. So for that we have this limit functionality into the DataRaptor, where we can say give me only 5 records. And another thing that we want to do is we want to fetch it into the ascending order, right? So we're gonna click on the order by, and in the order by we have to specify first of all, from which field you want to order by this. So we're gonna say name, and it should be in ascending order. So that would be ASC. The way we write into our SQL, we're gonna write it in the same manner. So what this DataRaptor extract will do, it will fetch the account records where name is not equals to blank, and we will be getting only 5 records, and those 5 records will be into the ascending order with the name field. So if I go to output, and let's say I'm gonna fetch the name, and if I click on preview, click execute. Okay, why IDs are coming?
Yeah, we need to check name whether it is having ID populated.
Yep. So this is the first account that was getting extracted. Um,
Yeah, maybe I think we can check through list view if it will be quick.
yeah. So let me go to list view again. But can we do the? No, I think we cannot do this, right?
No.
No problem. So, can open now. Yeah. So this is the account that is getting fetched, and the account name is Edge Communication, so that is fine. Then why we are having the output? Okay, let me fetch some other field. So let's say active. What this will give me? Yeah. So this is giving me the correct output.
And what if we fetch ID also?
Okay.
Yeah, so IDs are different from name.
There is something wrong with this.
Yeah, so I think for few records, maybe ID is populated in place of some name because it is in sequence. If you see 1 GVRW, 6 AAD, 7 AAD, 5. So
Mm-hmm.
I think this ID is there in the name field. That's why it is coming like this.
Okay, so if I let's do this thing.
Hmm.
If I order by this one with the active field, and now if I click on execute,
Yeah,
so
so it is giving
now
the
it is.
name. Yeah.
Mhm. But now the data from active is not coming.
Yep.
Okay. This is some data wrapper problem, I think so. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna execute this query into the developer console.
Yeah, actually,
Okay.
active is not having some value. Yeah.
Okay. So what we're
So
gonna do,
maybe
we
descending.
will
Hmm.
reverse this order. We're gonna have in a descending order. And if I click on execute, yeah, now this is coming me yes,
Right.
right? So, um, I mean, when we were ordering it by the name, in the name field we were getting the ID. So that is the issue with the data raptor because it's working with the active. So we can skip that part, but now we can see when we are ordering the all the records with the active field, it is giving me yes values first, and after that it'll give me the no value because we have added order by with the descending order, right?
Yep.
So I think that should be it for this scenario. The second scenario is fetch ID, account name, and annual revenue of accounts where active is equals to yes, and also fetch first name ID of contacts where email not equals to none. And another thing which is added to this question or scenario is both will be fetched in separate lists. And there is a hint also that it should be parent to child query.
Yep.
So again, for that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a clone. I mean, we're gonna create a new data raptor. Let's say parent to child, and we can say contact. Okay. And we already have account, and the where clause that we want is active should be yes, and yeah, for the account only active, and for the contact we have the email. So here we're gonna say active should be equals to yes, and we don't need this, so we can remove. And another is we want to also fetch contacts. So contact, and we're gonna say contacts. So here we can do two things. First of all, there can be two scenarios. First one is contact can be independent from the account list. So let's say I'm fetching the records from accounts, and I'm also fetching the records from contact. But I'm not defining any sort of relationship. But if we think in real scenario, that will never be the case because if we are trying to solve any problem or a business use case, we will always fetch the records which are related to each other,
Right.
right? So for that, what I'm gonna write is I'm gonna say account ID is equals to whatever accounts we are fetching from the above. So account, first of all, DataRaptor will fetch the account and then DataRaptor will fetch the contacts, but it will fetch only contacts which are related to the accounts which we are fetching in the step one.
Yeah, right.
Okay. And according to the question, we have to add one more where clause where we are saying email is not null.
Null.
So same thing, we're gonna say email. Oh, is not equals to blank or null. And in a question, it was saying that we should be able to fetch the account and contact records into the separate list, right? So I'm gonna go to the accounts, and we already have few mappings for account, but we want into the separate list. So I'm gonna add account colon before all of them, so that it will create a list for them.
So for account, there will be separate mapping, and for contact, there will be separate, so that once we'll be receiving the output, so separate headers will be there, right?
Correct. So right now, if you can see, account we are having into the account array.
Right.
And now, according to question, we want to fetch the contacts into a separate list. So we're gonna say account ID and into the account contacts list. And let's say I want to fetch one more field from contact, which would be the last name. Last name. And now we can see in the output JSON path, we have two array lists. First is account, second is contacts. And if I go to preview and click on execute, we are having the contacts separately and we are having the accounts separately.
Right.
Right. So this is what we meant by the separate list into the scenario. But again, like as we have discussed, that if we are fetching the contacts which are related to each other, right? Then if I go to preview and if I see this output, I don't know. I mean, like, if I want to make this data more useful, then what should be the case? Let's say if, okay, let me go to this account and just a second. Okay. I have the, I think, no. Yeah. So in this account, I have three contacts, right? And which one is coming? Preview, execute. Oh, this is the other one.
No, I think it was parent to child.
Yeah, this one. So this is the Dick Cruz one. So this is the one, right? If I'm added one more contact and if I add the email ID, that contact will also will be coming. So let's say save it. And again, if I go and click execute, I'm gonna receive three contacts and same number of accounts. But now if we see this Edna Frank and this Liz D. Cruz is from the same account.
Right.
And I mean, like, if I want to make it this this data more useful, so what I would be wanting is that all the accounts, all the contacts from the United Oil and Gas Singapore should come under this node only, because right now if we want to show this data into the, let's say, in some sort of LWC structure, we will have to add one more logic where we will be comparing the account ID and the contact ID if you want to show it into a structured way. So this data is obviously useful because we are only getting the contact which are related to the accounts, but it can be, we can make this data more refined. So for this one, we have the third scenario. Third scenario is saying that we will be doing the same thing, but it should be into the same list. Okay. So for that one, first of all, what we can do is, so basically what we will do is, whatever data we are fetching fetching for the context, we're gonna make the same mapping for the output. So we will not have the separate list for the contact. Okay. And if I go here, account. So now what will happen? Whatever data that we are receiving, it is coming under only the account node, right? And now if I click preview and click execute, you can see we have this account here.
Yes,
we have this account again here.
We have account information along with the contact information. Yeah, together.
Correct.
So it depends, like whatever number of contacts we are having, so that many times accounts are being displayed.
Correct. But there is a problem here. If you can see. So if I go to query result, I'm able to fetch 5 account records and
8 contacts.
No, I think, sorry, this is there. And 3 contact records. Correct. This is query time. Sorry, Sanjay. Okay. So we have the 5 account records and 3 contact records. And if I go to result, it has created 15 account records.
Okay, 5 into 3.
Correct. So basically, the output that we wanted, that all the contact records which are related to United Oil and Gas should come under this one only. So right now, what it did, whatever contact records we are fetching. So let's say this Edna Frank. This Edna Frank is added with all the account records. So if you see, we got the 5 account records. So Edna Frank is added with all the accounts. As it is this, and this.
Yeah, it is one contact is added 5 times.
Correct. So this is not a desired output. Right. So what DataRaptor trick that we can use here is, we're gonna use this. So whatever is the result path for our account, right? We're gonna add it to the contact result path like this. So now I'll just execute first and then I'll tell you what trick DataRaptor did for incorporating this one. So here we were saying it should be the account ID. So now what we have done, we have changed the extract output part. So we have to change into the extract JSON path as well for the context, right?
Only for the contacts.
Only for the context.
Yeah.
Last one. And if I go, click execute. And if I go here, paste my data. So here what is happening? Just a second. Okay. So with this SGTS account new too, we didn't have anything. For this one, we don't have anything. But for the United Oil and Gas Singapore, we had two records. First is this one, and second is the cruise. And the third one is the Edna Frank.
Right.
Correct. And with this Abhishek SJTS one, we again don't have anything.
Right.
So what it did, I mean, like whatever account, whatever I mean, like the contact which is related to the account, it is added with that one only. Now it is not getting multiplied. So for that one, now what is happening? Let me tell you that. Okay. And for if you want to make it more refined here, what you can do is into the output JSON path, you can say contact. And for this one as well.
So it will be creating one node as well, right?
Correct. And it will do one more thing. Now, if you see, we were getting 5 account records, and in the result also we are having only the 5 account records. And with this United Oil and Gas Singapore, there is another array has been created for the contact, which is a sub array. And in that one we have 3 records, three contact records that we are fetching. So if you see, the first result was not at all useful. The second format was useful, but the account was getting repeated 3 times. But here, what we are doing, account is coming for only the one time, and then contacts are getting into this account node as a sub node. So this is more useful. So what DataRaptor is doing here, DataRaptor is saying, whenever we have added this extract output JSON path into the contact extract output JSON path. So what will happen? Let's say first account is coming, which is, for example, let's say SGTS account new 2. Then instantly it will go to the second step. Previously, what was happening? It was extracting all the account records first, then it was going to the contact records. But now DataRaptor can see that in the result JSON path of contact, there is a dependency of account.
Right.
So what it will do, it will first execute all the first account record, then it will go to the contact, and it will fetch all the contact records related to the first account. And this cycle will execute until the account records have been completed. And in the output JSON path, left part is very understood. It is very simple, where we are saying whatever result JSON path that we had for the account, it is accounts. For the contacts, it is accounts : contacts. So this is simple. But here, one trick, even 2 tricks that we do. First, we didn't added this contact : after the account.
Right.
So what it did, if we were fetching the, let's say, related to one account, we are having three contacts. So JSON node was getting created 3 times for that account. But as soon as we added this contact list or contact array in between the account, then what it did, it didn't created the 3 objects. Instead, it created only 1 object for the account and created another object for the contact, which is an array.
Right. So
this is how DataRaptor plays with related records.
Right, and this can be called as parent to child query.
Yeah, correct.
Right.
And we will be having one more example for this one only, where we will fetch the records from child to parent.
Okay, so primarily we will be applying on contact, and through that we will fetch the accounts.
Yeah.
Account information, like which are related to that particular contact.
Correct. So for understanding this example, it might be possible that you have to watch this part again and again, because this is a bit confusing, but you will get to understand when you will practice it. So let's jump on to the last one, where we will be saying it should be from child to parent. So here we will replace it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this one only. And when we are going from child to parent, you don't need to query the account records or the parent records.
Right. Through child only, we will be able to fetch the parent information.
Right. So I'm gonna delete this filter, and in the output, okay, I don't want this.
Yeah, I think in
Okay,
the
I'll-
extract tab also we need to do minor modification. It is accounts colon contacts. So I think we can
oh
write
yeah,
just contacts, right?
yeah. Thanks, Sanjay, for this one. So I don't want this, and I don't want this. And here also we will be making this change
Yeah, contact.
and remove this. Let's say first of all I'm gonna get the last name only. Sorry, this is account ID, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, account ID is fine. Okay, I'm gonna say it account ID only, and remove this last name. And so what we are doing is we are fetching two fields. First is account ID, and second is last name. So this contact was not related to any account. So it, I mean, like it didn't give the account ID, and this one is related to the account. But I mean, like if we think according to the data model, this account ID is a direct field on the contact.
Hmm.
Let's say I want to fetch some account field with the help of child to parent query. So what we're gonna do is for that one, we're gonna use the relationship name. So when we write the query, when we want to fetch the account data from the contact, we usually do select ID, comma, account dot name, account dot active. So here also, till this part it is fine. Contact colon account ID. But if you want to move to some parent record field, I'm gonna use the relationship name, and after that I'm gonna add the dot operator. So you have to give some a bit attention here. Till this part we were using the colon, but if you want to fetch the field from the parent record, we will be using the basic rule which applies to SQL queries with the dot operator. And here we're gonna say, let's say I want to fetch the active field, the API name of the parent one, and here I'm gonna say contact colon account active. This is up to you, whatever name you want to give. Execute. And okay. Oh,
So active may be not having any value, so that's why.
yeah. So what we're gonna do is let's put.
Yeah, instead active we can use name.
Oh, okay, sure. Dot name. Execute. Why this one is not giving us the name? Oh, because of this one. This is contacts, not contact. Yeah, now here we go. So we have the account name with the child object records.
Yeah, I think it is similar to SOQL, the child to parent SOQL.
Correct. I mean, whenever we are using the custom objects, so that would be like relationship name underscore underscore R.
Okay, that
The way
also
we-
we need to use.
Yeah. So that's all for, I think, today's session.
Yeah,
Sanjay.
yeah, I think you already covered all the scenarios, and like this number two and number three are a bit confusing. So guys, just watch the recording once again, if you have any problem. So if you go through once again, you will be having better understanding. Okay, so I think we are good for today. So thank you, Abhishek, for sharing your knowledge. So I think we need one more session for DataRaptor, and
Yeah.
then we will be jumping onto the IP.
No, I
Okay,
think DataRaptor,
two more sessions.
two more session would be, but let's figure it out. No problem.
Okay, so maybe next week we can complete the DataRaptor part, and then after that, in Fab we can pick IP, FlexCard, and OmniScripts.
Sure.
Yep. And guys, we are planning to do some end-to-end project also. So there, all the components we will show you how you can relate and implement. So okay, keep on watching this series so that you can do some hands-on with OmniStudio, and this skill is very much demanding in the market. So if you want to upskill your CV, so just practice OmniStudio and have it in your CV so that you can impress the interviewer. Okay, thank you guys for joining the session. Thank you, Abhishek, for sharing your knowledge. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.